The following is a fan-based narrative. Please support the official release.
Hey guys, if we reach 1,000 likes, we'll be giving out 2 of our new shirts. All you gotta do is click like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.
Headmare Twilight? Sorry to bug you in the teacher's lounge.
There's like 6 teachers. Why do they need this huge room for a teacher lounge? They pretty much only teach like 2 classes a week.
You can make it up tomorrow. Actually, I'll be gone for a week. Fine. But I'm gonna expect a full report when you get back. How many pages? I was talking to Fluttershy.
So a free week off of school with no consequences or homework. Now yeah, that's totally in line with Twilight's character. Totally a sign of a good school as well.
I'm sorry to hear about your brother, Smolder, but the Dragonlands are really far for you to go by yourself. And I'm not sure about you missing so much class.
Can she literally like take the train? I imagine that the route between Ponyville and the Dragonlands has to be the safest route possible since you guys always go there and back within an episode without any issue.
I'm not sure those are the kind of things my brother's gonna be into.
Well, what would make your brother happy?
Just having Spike and me accept him for who he is will make a huge difference.
Also, I know this is a kid's show, but anyone who didn't see this twist with Spike not being able to relate at all to the dragon from this over-the-top excitement probably isn't the smartest.
Dragons who appreciate his more sensitive side.
I got it! Show tunes!
Yeah, no, but good try.
Are show tunes really that far off of horrible college slam poetry?
The stink of sulfur. Sharp rocks under my claws.
Yeah, claws, with their dog-like pads.
I'll stay here and finish this comfort blanket. It'll be like a hug every time Smolder's brother wraps it around himself.
An actual baby blanket. They're really turning the spikeness up for this episode.
Good morning, little one. I've come a long way to meet you.
Fluttershy should know how fiercely animals protect their young, but decides to intrude on the dragon's nesting ground, unguarded, and gets right into the egg pit.
Nice to see you too! Which one are you again? The party one? Apple Dash? Or was that the country one?
Even though all ponies have the same base, it's still racist to think all of them look the same, even though they literally do all look the same. Speaking of racist, isn't the way Fluttershy dotes on the baby dragons a bit demeaning, seeing as how they're not puppies, but like actual sentient beings? Yes, I know people do that for babies all the time, however, she makes it a point that it's a love for creatures, not children or kids.
Are all these yours?
What? No, none of them are.
Well, that's fuel for Derpy Buru. I'm not sure why Fluttershy thought a single dragon the size of Ember could lay this many eggs, despite what porn may lead you to believe that is not physically possible. Ember does in fact have organs.
Now that's a thing of beauty.
Spike's backpack has been lost to the void of time and space, and we will never see it again.
Oh, Runt's got wings! I'm so impressed.
You know, for pointing out the wings, we should really talk about the fact none of these are even close to being big enough to lift these guys off the ground. Like, at all. This is just not happening.
Got your blankie.
Oh, little baby crying.
Oh, miss.
Playing keep away from a creature who can fly. Because logic, I guess.
Cut it out! You know Laugh-Fire's dangerous. It can do that.
Laugh-Fire, super dangerous, and we all know that from all the times it's been mentioned before or shown in the show for the past 10 years.
Garble isn't very nice to sensitive dragons.
But Garble is my brother.
What a twist no one saw coming.
Oh, it's okay to have a nickname. Sometimes I'm called Spiky Wikey.
Seriously? You're admitting this?
There's a difference between being more sensitive and being a Carlos Mendez. The writing staff doesn't seem to realize this because they probably base this personality off of themselves. But most normal guys aren't gonna take pride in calling themselves Spiky Wikey.
All the tough guy stuff is just an act. He's a big marshmallow.
No.
Scales away! Come on in, the lava's fine.
You know lava isn't water, right? Like, it's actually more like jello. You'd slam into this like a brick wall, and moving in it would be next to impossible. Also, lava's like 2,100 degrees Fahrenheit on average. Being actually submerged in lava should still burn away the liquids in their bodies, unless their scales are so thick to avoid any damage. But judging from their sizes, that doesn't seem to be the case, and the fact that they can be killed by bird of prey.
And then they all lived happily ever after. Time to come out, little one.
Don't you tell bedtime stories to get them to go to sleep, not to wake up?
Why are the eggs shaking? Are they finally hatching?
I wish. They've been doing that for days. I'm sure it means something, but it's probably not good.
Not realizing the shaking probably means their code. Why are all the leaders incompetent despite how adorable they might be? Still makes for a bad leader.
Red velvet, guaranteed to brighten any creature's spirits.
He baked this somehow in an active volcano area. I guess you have a makeshift oven, but where's the rest of the ingredients? And isn't everything supposed to be gem covered? Isn't that the whole shtick with dragons? They eat gems, which is why they hoard them? I guess it's like sitting on a mountain of Hot Pockets.
But a change of scenery always turns my frown upside down.
And more fetish feel.
Smolder's brother is Garble. The only thing that cheers him up.
Fluttershy, again being covered in fur, should at the very least be singed by being this close to the heat.
Game.
God, nearly got you.
Attempted murder of a pony ambassador probably would have caused a national invasion from the ponies. And while they can apparently survive the heat of lava, the sun's about 5 times hotter than that at its lowest. Ponies control that one.
Hey! Are we lava surfing or what?
Oh, yeah.
Smolder didn't notice that he went and flew off. I mean, they were in front of her. In fact, why did they even come back? Smolder is only this far away and still couldn't see them throwing literal lava balls at them.
Coochie-coo. Coochie. Coochie-coo. Coochie-coochie. I said coochie!
Ember, saying coochie this many times is somehow adorable and off-putting.
Wait, aren't the hatching grounds supposed to be hot?
Of course.
Then something's wrong. I don't think the eggs are shaking because they're afraid. They're cold.
Again, she doesn't think to check this, and she's the leader.
Oh my, are those bongo drums?
I'd be sagging.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Somehow bongos made out of stone make this noise.
I wondered where that lava was coming from. They must be draining it from the underground lake.
Alright, so if the lava lake is underground, how are they draining? Wherever they make the hole is the highest place they can drain the lava from, meaning anything below the hole is untouched. So how does that make sense? The lava lake shouldn't be getting drained from draining stuff that's already above it.
Yes, Dragon Lord Ember.
How long have you been removing these boulders?
A while?
And you never noticed.
Words, rhythm, sometimes rhyme, weird punctuation. Sure sounds like poetry to me.
It's not the 1950s. I get that this is a cliche, but literally no one makes poetry like this outside of a cliche TV character.
Wait, you've been picking on Spike?
Only when you're not looking.
Again, how does anyone not notice this shit? They are right next to you when he does this.
I've ordered every dragon to warm up the eggs, but they still won't hatch.
Every dragon? There's like 12 dragons here. Who's laying all these eggs? Are these even dragon eggs? You know, purple flames are actually hotter than blue, so I guess they technically enjoy his poetry now since they decreased in laughter, or maybe it's just getting boring. So if the dragons can survive direct flames of 2K Fahrenheit, about the same as the lava, then why couldn't they have poured some of the lava just directly on the eggs? I get it, they probably can't swim, maybe it's like a drowning thing, but you don't have to fill it all the way up.
The hero of the Dragonlands! That's who!
Whoa, what about the unhatched eggs in the background here? You guys forget about them?
No, if you don't mind, can you teach me how to write poetry like that? It's pretty cool.
Said no one ever.